welcome to the IFCO television. We are in control. The revolution is televised. My name is Dr. Schubel, and I am the official director of Chiropractic World Domination, self-appointed. Also, I have the pleasure of serving as the vice chairman of the board of trustees for Sherman College of Chiropractic, which, as far as I know, is the center of the chiropractic universe. And to my right, stage right, is Dr. Edwin Cordero, El Presidente, the president of Sherman College of Chiropractic in the center of the chiropractic universe in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Welcome to IFCO-TV.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to be here, Liam, and it's a pleasure to be able to come and share my passion and my vision for Sherman College. And I think that it's important that, you know, the IFCO-TV gets an opportunity to listen to all of us and our passion and why we love chiropractic so much and why we love Sherman so much. So I think this is a great opportunity for us to get together and be able to share a little bit with our viewers.
Well, we're very excited, and it's been a very exciting weekend here at New Beginnings. Dr. Cordero came up with a bus full of Sherman students.
Yes.
We have like 50 students from Sherman College. There's been a bunch of prospective students here that you had the opportunity to interact with and explain the vision of chiropractic that you have for the college. And tell us a little bit about you're going to be doing your investiture pretty soon in. It is coming up May 23rd and 25th, right?
Correct.
At Sherman Lyceum.
At Sherman Lyceum, exactly.
Could you talk to us a little bit about Sherman Lyceum, what it is, what's going on, and tell us about the event?
Absolutely. Sherman Lyceum is our annual event for continuing education, and it's going to be May the 23rd to the 25th, and it's Memorial Day weekend, that weekend. And the Thursday, the 23rd at 7 o'clock is the investiture. It's the inauguration of my presidency. It's going to be a fantastic event. We're going to have a lot of people there participating. We're going to have a lot of students, prospective students, that are going to be able to come and get a chance to see not only a presidential investiture, but to check out the college and see if Sherman is what they're looking for. So we're really excited. It's a whole weekend event. But the investiture specifically is going to be on Thursday, the 23rd, between 7 and 10 o'clock at night.
And now you're the fifth college president of Sherman College in the history of Sherman College. And I think one of the other exciting things that's going to be taking place at the Sherman Lyceum is it's the 40th anniversary of the founding of Sherman College. You know, Dr. Tom Gilardi,
right,
the founder of Sherman College, is going to be there. And of course, Sherman College was given that name for Lyle Sherman, who was the director of research at B.J. Palmer's research facility in the 50s. And some of the things that we have for this Lyceum are really special. We have Dr. B.J. Palmer himself is coming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, right? Absolutely.
Todd Waters, who anybody who's following on Facebook, he does an excellent impersonation of B.J. Palmer. So
fantastic.
I'm bringing my kids, and I would recommend, if you want to have some good fun with the family and you get some philosophy, family, and continuing education credits at the same time, there's going to be nothing better with the opportunity to get yourself in a picture with Dr. Ed Cordero
and B.J. Palmer.
B.J. Palmer and Dr. Tom Gilardi, all walking around that campus. It's really going to be, I think, a magical event. It's
going to be fantastic, and I'll encourage everybody to participate, because this is what happens. You get a chance. A lot of the students don't know what they want to do in chiropractic, and you get a chance to come and listen to founders of a school. I mean, this is just an amazing opportunity to have the founder of the school 40 years ago, where chiropractic wasn't really recognized, wasn't really encouraged, and to have the participation of the founder of the school, it's just going to be fantastic. The energy is going to be off the charts. There's going to be some tremendous activities that I know that people are going to want to participate. And like I said, we have a huge student event on Saturday, the 25th, I'm sorry. It's going to be an all-day event where the students get a chance to do a tour. They get a chance to ask questions. They get a chance to go to financial aid and find out what the costs are, any questions that maybe the parents may have that they're going to incur. So definitely we want to make sure that they come and they participate and they get a chance to get that feel for what Sherman College is all about.
And wow, I got to tell you, the feel that there is for Sherman College is phenomenal. One of the things that I think with the ROAR program, the Reach Out and Recruit program that they offer, is if you have a prospective student and you'd like them to attend Lyceum, isn't it that they pay a portion of the airfare to get down there, for those students? And once they get down there and they're exposed to the Sherman College and what it's all about, it's really, I think, one of our biggest feathers in the hat is that family philosophy fun that we have at Sherman College. I mean, you get on there, and it's not like in some schools it's, you know, dog eat dog world.
Right.
This is, you see your brother down, you help him out, and your sisters, you need some help, you everybody jumps in and helps. I've seen that with the faculty at Sherman. I've seen that with the administration at Sherman. This is a college that listens to the students and does everything that they can to serve those students and create the future leaders of our profession.
Absolutely, Dr. Liam. And I just want to kind of expand upon what you were saying. What's interesting is that any student, a prospective student that does come, we do have a $300 credit towards their airfare. So $300, it's huge.
Yeah.
And the student gets a chance, like you were saying, to come, feel, to talk with successful chiropractors. They get a chance to see the facility, and they get an opportunity to say, maybe this is what I want to do with my life. And it's definitely full of fun, activities. It's for the whole family. It really is.
I know that the students that I've sent down there have always come back in super spizzed about the future of their life. There's just something that happens. We have a very high percentage rate of people that come to visit that school. They just get locked in. They say, you know what, I felt something there I've never felt before in my life. And I can tell you this, Dr. Cordero, I've seen this weekend a level of fire and inspiration that these students have. They are excited about you, they're excited about the vision, they're excited about the faculty that are teaching there, and they're excited about learning chiropractic at one of the premier institutions on the planet.
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you what, I am the lucky one here because I get a chance to work with an incredible faculty. I get a chance to work with students that are motivated, that want to learn principal chiropractic, they want to know the truth of chiropractic, and after 40 years, we've done things right. Sherman is the preeminent chiropractic, you know, college, not only in the United States, but in the world. And so I'm excited. It makes my job easier because all I have to do is come in and lead. I got to create vision and lead. But the students are ready, the staff is ready, the administration is ready. And if you're looking for a fantastic chiropractic school to go, Sherman College is the place to be.
Well, I can tell you, Dr. Cordero, you've done a wonderful job in creating, and excuse me if I use the term, a dynamic essential, if you will, at the school. There is a dynamic, inspirational power that's going on there at the school that people are tuned in, and it's attracting really some of the leaders worldwide in chiropractic to make their way to Sherman and share. And you've been very gracious in inviting leaders from around the world in chiropractic to come visit and share with those students, so they get not only the greatest education to pass their state boards and be licensed and fully CE accredited with their licensure, but also they're learning from the greatest in the profession. Tony Robbins often says, right, success leaves clues.
Absolutely.
And you brought those in the assembly program.
Absolutely. The one thing that I thought it was super important is that the students get an opportunity, Dr. Liam, to get real hands-on experience, but at the same time, they need to hear success. They need to hear chiropractors that are in the trenches. They need to hear those chiropractors that want to be mentors that are going to come in and say, look, you're learning the book stuff. That's important to get through, you know, your schooling, but this is the real life situation. And this is what we do in practice, and this is how we do it. And if you want to be successful, all you need to do is listen and then be able to participate. So what it does is it creates a program where once a month we bring a successful chiropractor that's in the trenches, whether it's business, whether it's financial, whether it's chiropractic, whether it's philosophy, and it adds value to that education that student is receiving. So I started the program. This is interesting. January I did the first program, and I said, well, you know, I'm going to do it once a month because I want to be able to get enough people to come in here. By the end of January, I already had the whole year filled up. So we already had all of 2013 with some dynamic speakers. We had Dr. Dean DePice. We have Dr. Ray Drury from the Upper Cervical Center coming in. We have Dr. Renee Acosta that just came in, that was a graduate. We have Dr. Brian Lieberman out of Atlanta, Georgia, one of the leaders in the DE movement. I mean, we have some fantastic chiropractors that are coming to share, and that's why the students are super excited, because they know that we're creating an effort and a place that they can, you know, they can learn, they can see success, they can touch it, they can talk to them and be able to use that as part of their toolbox, that when they graduate, they can go out there and make a difference in changing the world.
Well, you know, and that's the exciting thing about Sherman College is, and the proliferation of what you're doing there, is Sherman has a strong history of being very solid in the philosophy of chiropractic, firm in research, chiropractic research, and also the art of chiropractic. Sherman graduates are probably, and I know this because I have 19 offices, I'm constantly interviewing associates. Sherman graduates are some of the, they're in demand. They are some of the greatest chiropractic adjusters and analysis of the spine that I've seen in my travels across the world in looking for that premier chiropractor, as we say. And so, could you explain to us or tell us a little bit about? I know we're very big in congruence and putting people in situations, our students in real world situations where they really learn how to be successful from successful people. I know in the student health center, I know there's a program where they can externship. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We have a program that a lot of the chiropractic colleges have. It's an externship program where the student can go into a successful office. Normally it's the next to last quarter. They can go into a successful office and be able to shadow that chiropractor, learn from them, ask questions, and see day-to-day live situations that are happening there. So one of the things that I wanted to do when I came in is I wanted my students to have more hands-on, not only on the patients that they see at a health center, outpatient clinic that we have there in Spartanburg, but I wanted them to work with athletes. I wanted them to work with sick people. I wanted them to work with different situations where if they went into practice the day after they graduated and opened up their own office, they can handle any situation whatsoever. So this is what we did. There's seven universities or colleges in the Spartanburg area. One of the universities is Spartanburg Methodist College. Spartanburg Methodist College is a 2-year program with elite athletes. And what they do with these elite athletes is that most of the athletes go into a 2-year program because they want to get drafted. They want to get drafted. They want to go professional. So with the 2-year program, they're able to do that. So I go and approach the president of Spartanburg Methodist College, Dr. Perry, and I said to Dr. Colleen, I said, Dr. Colleen, chiropractic can help your athletes to perform at a higher level. It can allow their body to function at a higher potential. Why don't you let us work with your athletes? Why don't we do a program where our interns can go into the college and start working with the athletes? She thought it was a phenomenal thing. She immediately signed a contract. We have a 3-year contract where our interns can now go to every event that they have and take care of the athletes. And I tell you what, wait till 5 or 6 months for them to see the results of those athletes. They're going to be completely with their mouth open. And because of that, the exposure now is going to open to the other schools that are there. Number 2, we went to a local hospice. One of our board members, Todd Picu, owns 2 hospices in the Spartanburg area. So I went to Todd and I said, Todd, I want my students to get hands-on on sick people. Now, hospice, you know, that people that are, you know, on their way out, they're on their way for the transition, people that are really dying, and they can benefit from chiropractic, and most people are not aware. And Todd thought that was a phenomenal idea, so we're working out an agreement with Todd where our students can go in there and get their hands on sick people. It is just so exciting, the things that we're implementing for our students at Sherman. And if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, oh my God, I know a student, you need to send them to Sherman College. For the Lyceum, they need to go to sherman.edu/Lyceum. All the information is there, the schedule is there, and if you're a prospective student, all you need to do is go to the link, you click on the link, you fill out the information. All the information there is to get the refund for the $300. All the information is there, and that way you can come and have a fantastic time with us.
Well, you know, that's exciting. There's so many things going on at Sherman College right now, and you know, not just even in the local perspective, but internationally. Could you talk a little bit about some of the international things that you've been involved with chiropractic, and maybe what your vision is for Sherman College on an international level? Because we really do have a responsibility to take care of the world.
Well, the number one thing is that we need to bring chiropractic to the world. That really is it. You know, in the United States, we have a lot of good chiropractic colleges that are teaching students, but what's happening is we have Latin America, Central America, we have the Caribbean, we have Europe, we have Africa. We have all these places that are in desperate need of chiropractic.
Right.
But they don't know about it. So one of the things that I sat down with the board when I was doing my interview process, and I said, I want to bring Sherman and chiropractic to the world. So I started January 1st, I started my position. I've been since January till this date I've been to Puerto Rico already 4 times.
Wow.
We have about 30 to 40 prospective students that are coming to Sherman Lyceum because they wanted to be chiropractors, but they didn't know anything about Sherman. I went to Costa Rica about a month ago, and I'm going next week again to start working with the Olympic team. We want our students to get hands-on experience, but at the same time, there's a lot of high education schools or universities in Costa Rica that, guess what, they don't want to come to the States to go to chiropractic school. So if we can bring a satellite school to Costa Rica, then we have Guatemala, Honduras, Costa Rica, Panama, that then they can go in there, learn chiropractic, become a doctor of chiropractic, and then go back to their countries and serve the masses of people that desire and need chiropractic. So we're working on that as well. I'm also going to be traveling to Panama to a couple of the universities at the same time that I'm going to go to Costa Rica. Same concept. We're bringing Sherman to the world.
Yeah.
Instead of us waiting for the students to come, we're going out and we're teaching the students who we are, what we do, where do we stand philosophically, what is our curriculum. Most of our faculty, they're practicing chiropractors. Unfortunately, I hate to say this because I don't want to talk bad about any of the schools, but a lot of the schools have faculty members that practiced 30 years ago. What do they know with the day-to-day stuff that's happening? Sherman has a majority of the faculty are in practice. They come in, they teach, and they go and practice. So they're bringing day-to-day experience to the students. So I tell you what, it is fantastic what's happening, and we're going to continue to do all the things that we need to do that are necessary to ensure the success of our students so they can go out and be the best chiropractor that they can be.
Absolutely. And you know, I'm really excited about that, the international aspect of Sherman College. A lot of people don't know that as part of the internship program that they could do, they can actually work in another country.
Yes.
And I know we just had, we have Dr., well, I call him Doctor, but John Spangler is in his last quarter at Sherman College. He's working with us in the Dominican Republic. He said he wakes up every morning, he has to pitch himself.
He can't believe it. He can't believe it.
He's living the dream. So there are so many opportunities for a young person or a person who's you know, we talked before about Dr. Borla. He's making a transition. He made a transition at 39 years old. He said, you know what? I'm just not being fulfilled with this profession that I'm in. And we're seeing a lot of that. People saying, I want to latch on to something bigger than myself. I want to start living for a vision bigger than myself. There's a trend that's going on worldwide. Sure. And Sherman offers, I think, a perfect opportunity to live out that experience.
Well, I think what happens a lot of times is, and I know in your situation as well, I went to chiropractic school after working several professions. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And finally I decided, you know what, chiropractic is perfect. And when I went back to chiropractic school, I was limited because I had small children. I had responsibilities financially. My wife worked several jobs just to allow me to go to school. So an opportunity to go to Peru or to go to Costa Rica or to go to Puerto Rico wasn't an option for me because I couldn't afford to do that. But we have so many students that are single, that have the opportunity, that are available to say, you know what, I want to do my internship. I want to go to Colombia. I want to go to Dominican Republic. I want to go to Peru. I want to go to Panama and experience, you know, what chiropractic is truly all about. You know, and I know that a lot of people that are watching us know that there's so many restrictions that are put upon the students here in the United States. They can go to another country and there's no restrictions. They can actually go and put their hands on people, learn, make a difference by reconnecting man to physical, to man to spiritual with the chiropractic adjustment and see the miracles. See the miracles. And then when they come back to the States, if they decide that they want to come back, they have such a wealth of experience. They're not fearful. They know what chiropractic is. They see what chiropractic is, and they're so confident. They come back and they change their community, they change their state, and eventually they change the world.
And that's what this is all about.
That's what it's all about.
Dr. Cordero, you know, there might be some people out there in IFCO-TV land that are maybe not familiar with who you are, you know, in the chiropractic world. Could you tell us a little bit about who's Dr. Ed Cordero? Where did you come from? How did you get involved with chiropractic? How did you get involved with being the president of Sherman College? What are you about?
I've been practicing now for 21 years. This is going to be my 21st year. I'm from Puerto Rico originally, born and raised in Puerto Rico. And my family moved to the States, and I decided that, you know what, I want to come with them. And I moved to the States. I went to Life University, or Life Chiropractic College at the time, back in 1989. And like I said, my wife worked several jobs to allow me to be able to, the privilege to go to chiropractic school. I had 2 small children at the time. When I graduated, her family was in Florida. And I didn't want to go back to Puerto Rico at the time. I wanted to go to Florida, get some experience. So I worked in Florida for about, maybe about a year or so. Then I went to Puerto Rico. I wanted to go back and serve my people back in Puerto Rico. So I went to Puerto Rico. And the funniest thing happened, Dr. Liam, in 30 years of living in Puerto Rico, I bring my wife there, and there's a drought for the first time ever. And there was a drought for about 45 days. No water. Couldn't take showers. You couldn't, I mean, there was no water. So we had to take 55-gallon drums, get the rainwater to flush the toilets, to take baths, to use to cook. And my wife said, "What the heck is this? And where have you brought me to?" And I'm like, "Honey, this is the Caribbean. This is wonderful." But she just didn't understand at the time. So I stayed there. I worked for an office for approximately about a year, got some experience, and then I came back to South Florida. Been practicing in South Florida for the rest of the time for 19 years. I had a practice in West Palm Beach, Florida. Phenomenal place, high volume practice for many, many, many years. And then I started getting into speaking, going around the country, sharing the message of chiropractic. I'm very passionate about chiropractic. And I did as much as I could in my community to educate my community, but I felt that I wanted more. Yeah. So I decided to start speaking around the country. I was invited by yourself to Peru and by other chiropractors. And I started sharing the message of chiropractic and bringing it to Latin America, Central America, and around the world, basically. And then about a year ago, I attended a lyceum at Sherman. And when I went to the lyceum, the current president at the time was stepping down from his position. I don't know the president, I don't know the story, but he was stepping down from his position. And my wife and I looked at each other and said, "Wow, maybe this is something that we should do." And I went ahead and threw my hat into the people that there were the applicants. So there was about 20 applicants that applied for the position, and I was one of them. Went through the interview process, and then I get a phone call from the board that says, "Hey, by the way, the selection committee, you have made the last 3." And I was really excited at the time because to make the last 3 out of 20, it's phenomenal. And not only that, I'm the only, and I'm not ashamed to say that, I'm the only one of the 20 candidates that doesn't have an academic background. I ran a practice. I ran a high-volume practice for 20 years. I'm passionate about chiropractic. I ran a successful high-volume chiropractic office in South Florida. But I brought that experience too. And I think that the board at the time was looking for that. They're looking for somebody that's in the trenches, somebody that can talk the talk and walk the walk, somebody that's not fearful to go out and bring chiropractic and Sherman to the world. So November 12th, I got selected the 5th president of Sherman. And they told me, "Oh, by the way, you have to be there January 1st. And I'm like, that's a month. That's a month and a couple days. But my wife and I were prepared. We were prepared to make the change. We sold our practice in 2 weeks. We rented our home in 10 days. Wow. And we moved to Spartanburg, South Carolina. And it's been a blast. I love what I do. I'm passionate about chiropractic. I'm passionate about the students and mentoring. I'm passionate about bringing the profession to a healing. Our profession has gone through some ups and downs. Yeah. And I feel that I'm a person that, because of my influence of knowing a lot of groups and participating, that I'm that neutral chiropractor that people say, "You know what, Dr. Ed is a reputable chiropractor. He speaks the truth. He talks the truth. He's not fearful." And I think that being elected the 5th president of Sherman is going to bring a lot of people to look at Sherman. And a lot of people that in the past may not look at Sherman, now they go, "If Dr. Cordero is there, we want to start looking and see how we can give of our time, we can give of our resources, we can send students." So it's been a phenomenal opportunity. So as of January 1st to this time, I've been on the road. I think I've seen my office at Sherman maybe for about a week, right. But that was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to be on the road. I wanted to bring the message of chiropractic, and so far it's been very successful. And I am extremely excited for the future of Sherman.
Well, we are too, and I have to tell you, I had some good reports. You were up in the Poconos Mountains, Pennsylvania, at Dr. Bryn Gillo's practice there, and I heard you knock that out of the park with the students there. Would you share with us a little bit about what the vision is that you have for Sherman College? Where do you see the direction? Where do you see us going?
Right. Well, the number one thing is that we want to make sure, one of the things that, speaking on the negative component, Sherman has been in existence for 40 years. And in 40 years, our enrollment has been pretty low. Yeah. Under 200 students. My vision was that if we go in there and provide a clear vision to the staff, to the administration, to the students, if we went in there and constantly took some steps, some action steps, and then brought Sherman to the world by following those action steps, then I knew that we were on the right track. So the first thing that I did is I went in there and encouraged the staff. I said, you know what? Sherman is the preeminent chiropractic college in the world. You may not think so, but it is. We are a diamond in the rough. We just need that clear vision. So the clear vision is that we know our strengths. We know that we're a principal school. We know that we teach the truth and the philosophies of chiropractic better than anybody else. We know that we have a fantastic faculty administration. We know that we have excited students. But we were going to South Carolina, North Carolina, New York, and Pennsylvania. Out of those 4 states, nobody knew Sherman. So my number one goal was to start traveling the country, making some contacts with people that I've worked in the past, and then start going into Latin America, Central America, the Caribbean. So I immediately implemented that stuff. And now all of a sudden, we're getting phone calls from all over. I just got a phone call from China. Wow. I just got a phone call from India. I just got an email from Israel where people now say, wow, Sherman is the buzzword right now. Yeah. Sherman College is the buzz. Therefore, we want to be part of that. So we're having emails and contacts of people that want us to go and see what kind of agreements we can work with them, so we can either open up a school, or maybe we can have an agreement with the colleges, the universities, so they can send students. I mean, we had a phone call the other day from China where we have a Sherman grad, alumni, and he says, China right now is enamored with the U.S. and anything that has to do with the U.S. And they want to send students to come and learn English, but at the same time, learn chiropractic.
Wow.
So they want to start to talk to us how we can bring Sherman to the world. And those are the visions that I've brought, that I made clear to the faculty and to the students, and now to the profession. And now when I go someplace, I go, oh, you're Dr. Cordero. Yeah. You're the new president of Sherman. Yeah. Where before it was like, who are you?
Yes.
We have more exposure now at the conventions. I'm trying to make sure that our team is at all the places where chiropractic is at. From a principal perspective, I want to have a booth. I want to make sure that we're there, bringing the message, signing up supporters. I mean, it has been fantastic the past 3.5 months, and I know it's only going to get better from there forward.
Well, yeah, and you know, the excitement that you're coming on board with Sherman College, the excitement that's created is very notable. We just had Dr. Scott Garber in Massachusetts stepped up and put on this beautiful philosophical event up in the Berkshires in Massachusetts.
Beautiful place.
And you knocked it out of the park there. I know Dr. Kevin Wilmot is putting on something in Montana.
In Montana, right.
We've had a doctor from Idaho contact us as well to do this.
Danny Knowles
Colorado. For the folks that are listening, and you know, maybe they want to get involved in this movement, really, to bring chiropractic to the world and start flooding these chiropractic institutions with chiropractic students to take over the next step of leadership in the future, and ensure that our children can get checked for vertebral subluxation and get those corrected. What message would you have to maybe a doctor that's looking to get involved with Sherman College? Say, you know what, I'm in. I like this message, and I want to be part of the change I wish to see in the world. What would you say to them?
What I would tell them is the following. You have to become proactive. You have to take the first initial steps, and that would be to contact Sherman. If you want, I'll give you my email address so you can contact me. That would be the easiest way. My email address is Cordero@sherman.edu. Cordero@sherman.edu, and just send me a message. Said, how can I help? And what I think the best way to do it is to getting involved is say, I can put an event together. Yeah. I can get some prospective students. I have 4 or 5, prospective patients that are interested in chiropractic. You can put an event, and I will fly there. Yep. I will bring a staff member. We'll do whatever we can to bring the message of not only of chiropractic, but of Sherman and how Sherman can help. Maybe you can put together an event. Maybe you're part of an event that you have philosophical events that you never thought of inviting Sherman to be part of. We'll go there, we'll put a booth, we'll do whatever we can, we'll bring some speakers. I mean, our board is the dream team right now. It really is. We have some phenomenal board members, Liam Schubel, Shane Walker, we have Joe Borio, we have Danny Knowles, we have Christopher Kent. I mean, we have an incredible team of board members that are not just people that support the school. There are people that are out there spreading the message of chiropractic throughout the entire world. So for me, this is a piece of cake because I have you guys that are helping me to bring the message. So if you want to get involved, contact me. Tell me how we can help you, whether it's a student event or whether it's a philosophy seminar that you're putting together, and we'll make sure that we'll make it happen and go out there and help.
Excellent. And I would say there's also, and if you could just share with us, there's also two different ways that doctors could stay connected with Sherman. We have a ROAR program,
yes,
which is reach out and recruit. And we also have a Sherman Regent program,
yes,
which, by the way, since you came on board, that Sherman Regent program has just exploded. Yeah. There's a lot of people around there that truly believe in the vision that you have and your capacity to deliver on that vision. And they put their chips behind, you know, yes, what it is that you're about and what Sherman's about. Could you explain a little bit about those two programs?
Absolutely. The one thing that I've noticed, and I know that you have done as well, is that people give to a vision. People give to a vision. Yeah. So what happens is when they see the vision, they see that it's clear, they see that we're trying to produce chiropractors that are going to make a difference in the world, then they want to give. So we have this Regent program. Our Regent program, we have different levels of Regent supporters. The minimal Regent support is $1,000 for an individual. It's $1,500 for a couple. Yeah. We have a corporate Regent that pays $5,000, and now they have an opportunity to come and participate and come to the campus, speak to the students, speak to the faculty, and then we have different events that they can pick and choose to be able to participate. For $5,000, that's nothing for a corporate Regent. Right. We also then have what's called the President's Circle. The President's Circle is for a $10,000 donation for the year, and it gives you not only access to the students and to the faculty and to the different events that we have, but then when they come to the school, we have special events just for them whatsoever. This is what's interesting, Leo. Since I started in January, we've already have approximately 95 Regent supporters, 95 in less than 3.5 months. Wow. So what that tells you is that people want to give. People want to be part of something bigger than themselves. And you see this all the time, and I do as well. I don't have the time. I can't go speak to students. I can't go to do a conference. But you know what? I can tie back to the profession. Right. I can give to that vision of Sherman College. And so far we have about 95 people in a 3.5-month period that is signed on board, and that's huge. And I tell you what, we have a ton of people that are looking at us, and when they're ready, they're going to open their hearts, they're going to open up their checkbooks, they're going to tie back to a movement that's creating chiropractors that are going to go out there and change the world.
Well, and that's the thing. I've often said there's no lack in our profession. We're in a profession built on abundance, and there is a lot of people with a lot of money that are looking to make a difference with the blessings that they've been given. Yes. And they want to step up and be responsible with those blessings. And one of the greatest ways is, and I think one of the most exciting things that I've seen, is that they're on board that vision. You show them a vision, they're ready to put their chips in behind it.
Absolutely.
And it's not this desperation move, it's an inspirational move that's driving people towards the college and getting more people participating every single day.
And you know what, unfortunately, and this is something that you just have to talk about, there's a lot of ego in our profession as well. And what happens is the ego prevents those people that want to participate and be able to contribute and to help to stay away. So now I notice, speaking all over the world, that ego is not there anymore. Right. A lot of people are being very genuine and trying to make a difference in helping out the schools. Look, Sherman is not the only good school. There's a lot of good schools that are out there. And if you're not supporting Sherman, support a school that you believe in your heart and tie to them, because they need the money, they need the support. But if Sherman is a place that you think that you want it, that where your heart is at, hey, we will do anything that we can to help you. We'll take those donations, and we're going to put that money to good use. We're going to put it into the vision, to creating the vision of bringing Sherman College to the world.
Excellent. One final thing, we talked about the Regents.
The ROAR program.
Can we talk a little bit about the ROAR program?
Absolutely. Yeah, the ROAR program that we have is Reach Out and Recruit. And the ROAR program is a program where any chiropractor that has an office that's practicing, you become a ROAR member. And all it is this. You put up certain events for Sherman. You become our outreach program. It doesn't cost a dime. So it's completely free. And what it is, we send you information, we send you pamphlets, we send you information to give to students, information about the school. So if you have a prospective student in your office, then you go, oh, by the way, I'm a roar doctor. Here is some information about the school. And being a roar doctor that refers a prospective student, you get a $2,000 scholarship, $2,000 scholarship for the student.
Wow.
So now all of a sudden, the student comes not only to one of the best schools in the country, but now they have a $2,000 scholarship that's divided in 4 quarters or in 4 semesters. They get $500 each semester that goes toward tuition or goes towards books or whatever it is that they need. So the ROAR program is a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
It's free. Sign up, and all you do is give information. Dr. Bryn Gillo just did one a couple days ago. She had some pizza, and she had some snacks, and she had some bottles of water, and she had about 6 or 7 of her practice members that were interested in chiropractic. So we went out there, we shared the story, and she told me today that I think 3 of those already are coming to the Lyceum. The other 3 have another year before they qualify to be able to come. So being a ROAR doctor, that ROAR program is fantastic. It's free, and it gives you an opportunity to share with your practice members. Maybe there's a student in your practice that doesn't know what he or she wants to do.
Right.
And you know what? You can give them some guidance. You can show them that chiropractic is maybe an alternative for them. And being a ROAR doctor is a huge program that helps us to be able to educate prospective students about Sherman College.
Excellent. And so there's many ways for people to plug in to make a difference on this planet. And certainly we're excited, Dr. Cordero, about your vision. We're excited about you being at Sherman College and being at the helm. And I would just remind people before we wrap this up that, again, Lyceum is coming up May 23rd to 25th.
Yes.
No,
it's the 23rd to the 25th. The 23rd is the investiture. So if you want to come, you need to call at least to let them know that you're going to be participating. So it's going to be a fantastic event. We're going to have some activities the 24th and the 25th. The 25th is going to be the student career day. So if you're just interested, you don't want to come to anything else, but you want to attend the career day, all you need to do is go to our website, sherman.edu/Lyceum, and go ahead and register so that way you can come and participate. We have the ROAR program. We have the Regent program. We have an opportunity that if you just want me to come out and speak to a group, all you got to do is just send us an email at ecordero at Sherman. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's ecordero@sherman.edu, and send us an email. We'll be more than happy to make this happen.
Fantastic. They also have IRAPs coming up towards the end of the year, the International Research and Philosophy Symposium. So a lot of people don't know that Sherman is recognized worldwide for their research and their philosophy. The ACP program as well. So a lot of good things going on at Sherman. That's why we call it the center of the chiropractic universe. And Dr. Cordero, it's been a real pleasure to speak with you this afternoon, to see your presentation here at New Beginnings. You knocked it out of the park.
Thank you.
And we're really excited because.
And I wanted to share our new vision statement: adjusting the world for a better future. Adjusting the world for a better future.
Ooh,
so we're excited. We're excited, and we want to make some change.
Come join us and be part of the change that you wish to see in the world. You can get any more information on anything we talked about at www.sherman.edu. Dr. Cordero, thank you again.
It's my pleasure.
And thank you, IFCO-TV, for allowing us to brag a little bit about how awesome Sherman is. And we look forward to seeing you at events soon.
Okay. Hasta luego.
Ciao, ciao.